G'day Bomber fiends. So as I and many have spoken of before, there is a large group of players heading over to America, well they're in America right now, and it's not for a holiday, it's not Ibiza 2.0, all the holidaying is out of their system. This is actually their pre-season. A lot of the younger guys and some senior players as well are out there to train. So today I'm just going to quickly explain what I know, who's heading over, what the camp consists of, so let's get into it. But before I do, like I've said a bit this week, I'm heading away later this month and I'm trying to make some videos now to release while I'm gone, so feel free to chuck any suggestions for ideas in the comments. I've already made one or two from the minds of you lot. Alrighty, so Jordan Ridley and Andy McGrath have organised a training camp in Arizona. I will get to the details of the camp a bit later, but Ridley and McGrath have actually been out there before, which is why they decided to send the message out and see who else wanted to join. Lots has been spoken of the frustration within the group after that lackluster finish to the season. Brad Scott in a press conference highlighted the group's fitness and called out the standards. This camp is clearly trying to give the boys a head start and bring them into the official preseason, raring to go with some higher standards and a new meaning of what it takes to be a professional AFL athlete, because there is clearly something a bit wrong. You don't go from 5th to losing by over 120 points in the space of a few weeks if you're in good nick. So this is a player-led movement. Brad Scott did not initiate this. I'm going to assume that the coaches know what's happening. In professional sports, you usually have to inform coaches of these camps or any outside activities you're going to do that could be a bit strenuous. It's not like the coaches have just heard of this after the tickets were purchased. They were probably informed of the idea and had to give their blessings, and why wouldn't you be happy with it? I think it's fantastic to see players take time out of their breaks, and more importantly money. They are funding this on their own. Some of these players going are not high earners. In fact, there are some on the rookie list that will be there, but they clearly want to get fitter and better as a team. It's really impressive in my eyes. They could easily just go out and spend time in Bali until training begins in a few weeks, but instead they are getting into things early. The training or camp itself I think runs for a fortnight, and with players scheduled to return to the club mid-November, it shows they are pretty much planning to finish this one up and get back into things pretty quickly. I don't think they'll have much time to rest, so this is pretty much the start of their training. So what is this camp? It's in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's a really popular destination for professional athletes. Mick Malthouse has brought two of his teams down there, Carlton and Collingwood. That was an official camp with over 50 people involved. It's also heavily used by Olympians, gold medalists. Many Aussies and Americans have ventured out, or for the Americans it's less of a trip I guess, but athletes from all around the world head out to Flagstaff because it's widely regarded as one of the best places you can get mentally and physically fitter through high altitude training. The benefits are well known for doing this sort of stuff at over 2,000 meters from ground level. That's where they will be. There are significant benefits from it. You can see improved endurance and oxygen flow, and even mentally. Don't ask me why that is. I am the least scientific person you can find talking about this stuff, but I looked into it a bit and watched some videos on it from sports scientists, and they seem to think it's a no-brainer for athletes. And when you look at the fact Olympians from all around the world flock to this specific place, it shows it's a sought-after destination that the boys are lucky to have access to. As for the players heading over, I have over 10 names that I've seen online posting about it or talking to media outlets. So we got Ridley and McGrath who are spearheading this charge. Langford has obviously spoken about it. He was caught at the airport with Menzies and Baldwin. Gresham did show interest in going after being signed. I'm fairly sure he all but confirmed his attendance from memory. Guelphy is over there. Laverty, Hind and Hobbs went together, and then you got other names that have popped up. I think more recently Caldwell and Sartas have been spotted. I've seen some say Zach Merritt. I'm not 100% sure, but his name has been raised multiple times by some online, so I could have missed something, I guess. There are still a few names we are unsure of, but really I just think getting that many out, let alone 16 or 17, is great. There are going to be plenty of players not on the trip, and that is fine. They shouldn't be criticised or anything. No one was forced to go, but we should be very happy with the boys currently over there, getting to work early. But these other names I have seen linked to the trip, a few I'm not 100% sure of. All in all though, I think it's great. You can't really say anything bad about this. The players should all bond and improve from this. This is the type of trip you can look back on in 3 years after clear improvement and say this played a part in it. I'm not saying it's going to improve us, but if we were to go on and finish higher up the ladder, I think many in the media will point back to this moment and highlight the change in culture under Brad Scott. This is clearly the players buying into Scott and his words after the season. This isn't something you go and do if you're just going through the motions, playing for paychecks, as we often saw the boys doing. This is clearly a team driven by the potential of success. We should be really happy about what we're seeing from them. So that is that. Continuing the trend of these short videos for the week, I do have quite a bit planned for the coming weeks, though. I have a predicted best 22 out, I'm going to say Monday, but keep the suggestions coming. I'm going to grind right now so I can release some videos when I'm overseas later in the month. That is all. Cheers for watching. Like, subscribe, and go Bombers.